Good morning, everybody. This is our last phonics lesson of this week, and we are going to look at something that you've already learned, because you have already learned all of the year one sounds. We are just doing revision. That means going back over things that you have learned already. Okay, so good morning to Indigo Bubble, good morning to Cornflower Bubble, good morning to Blush Bubble, and good morning if you are learning with your grown-ups at home. So today we are going to look at this sound. Okay, so in reception you learned that this sound said k, k. What other sound does this letter make? Good boy, Aaron. It makes a s sound sometimes. When does this, tell your grown-ups, when this letter C makes a s sound? When does it make a s sound? I'm just going to turn around and check on my children. When?
When it's at the start.
No, not when it's at the start. Does anyone else know? No. It's to do with what letters come after
when
it.
It's a capital.
No. Aaron, go on, tell us. Yes, if it's followed by a Y, if it has a Y after it, it makes a S sound. Any other letters? Hamish? If it has an I after it, it makes a S sound, and there's one more letter. Did any of the other groups get it? What's the other group? My group, no, it's a Y and an I. There's another letter that follows this. An E it is. So if an E follows this letter, then it makes a S sound. So let me just get my whiteboard and I will show you. So if we have on here this, it makes a S sound. That would say sigh, usually. If we have this, it would just make a S sound. And if we have this, it would sometimes make a sigh sound, or sometimes make a C sound, depending on what else is after it. Okay, so CY, CE, or CI make this, the k say S. Okay, so that's what we are doing today. When you see the letter C, it's not going to make a k sound, it's going to make a S sound. So here we go again. This is a C making a S sound. Let's do some sounding out. Okay, so here is our first word. Sound it out for me. Circle. So have a look carefully, because there are two C's. One of them is followed by an I, so that is a S. The other one is followed by an L, so that makes a K sound, the same as usual. Circle. If you've already done your maths lesson this morning, you will have been folding circles into quarters. Okay, here is an alien word. This C is followed by an E, so it makes a S, or U. Cephal. Load of old nonsense, but we know that because of our alien. Cephal. Okay, here's one with a split digraph in it. You quite often see a split digraph at the end. So let's rice. It's got the split digraph in it, but because the C in the middle is followed by the E, it makes us rice. Things, lots of words like rice. Can we be quiet, please, when Miss Fothers is talking? Rice and nice and mice and ice. Okay, next one. Let's have a look at this. So here we have the C followed by the I, S, it, E. City. Leeds is a big city in the north of England. Okay, here we have, oh, another alien look. It's not a cut, is it? Because it's got the E after it. Ice, plice. Load of old nonsense. Okay, Now, have a look carefully at the sound buttons I have put on this, because it's not a split digraph at the end, so it's not going to make an I sound, it's going to make an I sound. So the S sound comes from both of these letters together, so sound it out for me. N, O, T, I, S. Notice. Did you notice Miss Wilkinson has done her hair differently today? Notice. Or a notice like a sign, put the notice on the wall. Okay, another alien word. Here is our alien. Are you ready? W, I, A, S. No, let's try that one again. W, I, Ace. Wimace. Well done. Wimace. Load of old nonsense, not a real word. And our last sounding out word today, here's our C followed by an E. S, E, N, T. Cement. Well done. Cement. I will build a wall with cement and bricks. Cement. Well done. Okay, you need your home learning book and a pen or a pencil, or your whiteboard and a pen. Can you get those now, please? Okay, you've got yours there, Pippa. Quick. Okay, your first word I would like you to write is race. And Miss Fother's top tip for that word is it is a split digraph. Race. We couldn't do our usual races in our virtual sports day this week, but we had to race against ourselves, didn't we? Race, race. Ace. And the AA sound is made by a split digraph. Ace. And remember, the S sound is coming from this letter. Okay, next word, icy. Icy. Be careful you don't slip, it is icy outside. Think about how we usually spell the E sound on the end of a word. Icy. Icy. Think about how you write mummy, daddy, Harry, frilly, silly. Okay, so icy. Okay, now get your brains turned right up to the very high setting, because this word is not just 2 syllables, it is celebrate. Eight. 8 sounds in this word. Celebrate. So the S sound is coming from the C. Celebrate. And the AA sound is another split digraph. Celebrate. We celebrate good work and good deeds at Celebration Assembly. Celebrate. Celebrate. I'm going to say that one more time because it's such a long word. Remember, Aaron, remember this is our S sound for today. This is our S sound for today. I will say that one more time. Celebrate. Please stop talking when it is listening time. Celebrate. I'm just going to mute myself for a minute. Okay, I am back with you now. We have another long word for our last word, December. D-E-C-E-M-B-E. December. Please remember the work we have been doing about proper nouns. December is the name of a month. So think about what we've learned about proper nouns. December. It's not December, although when we say it, it sounds like that. The word is December. D-E-C-E-M-B-E. December. December. Okay. D-E-S-E-M-B-E. December. December. Okay, let us have a little look at our words now. Let me just get my pens. Very sorry. Okay, so our first one was quite easy. It was the word race. Race. R-A-C-E. Race. Race. R-A-C-E. Race. Please check your sound buttons. Make sure you have the split digraph. I did give you Miss Fother's top tip for this word was that it was a split digraph. And make sure you have the letter that we're looking at today making the S sound. R-A-C-E. Race. Our next word had our I-S-E. And Miss Fothers did say, remember the E sound on the end of a word is usually a Y. So this is what you should have written. Icy. 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 If you didn't, it doesn't matter. Just change the bits you got wrong and write your correct sound buttons on there, please. Miss Hussain, if you have 2 members of staff in there, do you think you could send one to my door, please? Okay. Our long word here. S-E-L-E-B-R-8. There is our split digraph at the end of the word celebrate. Oh, Miss Wilkinson, are you back? Celebrate. Okay. S-E-L-E-B-R-8. Celebrate. Look really carefully at your word and at mine and see if you have spelt your word celebrate. Celebrate. Okay. And our last word was one of our words we've had for spelling. We've been practicing spellings, our days of the week and our months of the year. Okay, so we have a need, a capital D. 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 E. S. E. M. B. And there's our sound on the end of the word. December. 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 Have a look really carefully, correct anything you might have got wrong, and put your sound buttons in the correct place. December. Well done, my group are doing quite well with those tricky words. Excellent. Okay, well done, children. Let us see if we can read our sentence before we write a sentence. So the sentence that we have this week, today even, I think we do more than read just one sentence a week, don't we? So here we have, remember it's a S sound because it's followed by the I. S, I, N, D, E, L, A. Cinderella. Cinderella had a smile on her face. Excellent. Face at the dance. Because remember, it's followed by an E, so it makes a S sound. So look carefully at these words. Cinderella had a smile on her face at the dance. Now here, the C and the E make one sound together. Quite often there is a C and an E at the end of the word and they make a S sound together. So let's read it again together. Cinderella had a smile on her face at the dance. Well done, good reading. Okay, switch those brains back up to the really good high setting now. Your sentence for writing is, we celebrated by going to the circus. So we celebrated by going to the circus. We celebrated by going to the circus. Your turn, you say it.
We celebrated
By going to the circus. I will say it one more time and then you say it. We celebrated by going to the circus. Your turn. Okay, well done. Keep saying that to yourself whilst you're writing it. We celebrated by going to the circus. We celebrated by going to the circus. Celebrated is a very long word, but you have just written celebrate, so that should have helped you. Celebrated. Remember your split diagram. Celebrated. Celebrated. We celebrated by going to the circus. So, us. Remember the II spelling in short words like my and fly. And that's the same for by. So the II is one letter on its own. Just a yeah, by. We celebrated by going to the circus. We need some punctuation at the end of those sentences. Let me just check that I've got some punctuation in my group. What do you need at the end of the sentence? It's not an exclamation, is it? It's not something funny or something shouted. It's not a question. It's just an ordinary sentence. Good boy. We celebrated by going to the circus. And the in circus is the IR spelling.
And the is the
So, circus. Circus. So I will say that for you one more time. We celebrated by going to the circus. Or you say to the circus. Okay. You need to put your sound buttons on so that your grown-ups can check you understand how the sounds are being made in those words. Could the other grown-ups in school give me a thumbs up, please, if you are ready to look at this sentence? We celebrated by going to the circus, or to the circus, depending on how you say it. We celebrated by going to the circus. Oh, people seem to still be working. Oh, Mrs. Hudson's group is ready. Indigo group's ready. We celebrated by going to the circus. Miss Hussein's group is ready. Okay, how are we doing? Are we nearly ready? I think we're going to start. So Miss Sturt's group can catch up with us when we have started. Okay. Oh, Miss Sturt's group's ready as well. Fantastic. So we, easy word. You've known that since reception, but you must have a capital W, which means it must come up taller than your E. So we. Now, here's that word again, celebrated. We've just looked at nearly the same word, celebrated. I'm hoping you've got your sound buttons in the correct place. By G-O-I-N. We celebrated by going to, oh no, hang on, that's not a sounding out word, silly Miss Fothers. By going to the, here we have our last word, circus. It doesn't matter if you've written the wrong cut sound there, just correct it and make it better. I don't think there's any particular guess for that, although words in English do often have C-U-S on the end of them. So we celebrated by going to the circus. It's a word that has come from a language called Latin that people don't speak anymore, a dead language. We celebrated by going to the circus. How are we doing? Did we do okay with that? Yeah. You've still spelt your sound for circus the wrong way? Let's have a look. Well done. We celebrated by going to the circus. Excellent. We are doing tricky stuff here, but you need to remember to keep up your phonics skills in the holidays so that when you come back into year 2, you are still cooking with gas with your phonics. So you could even watch the phonics videos for a bit of practice in the holidays if you want to. Okay, well done today. That was tricky. Work on the soft C, which makes a S sound. And have a lovely, lovely weekend. I hope the weather's going to be good and we will see you on Monday. Bye.